Hello and welcome to this edition of the Weekly Dose, Challenge Your Perspective. This is Patrick Dare in Washington, D.C. In the last episode, I talked about the ever-growing gap between the wealthy and the poor. The wealthy getting wealthier, the poor getting poorer. And the idea of democracy being a transference of power to the people to determine their own destiny. Electing officials that would have policies that make their lives better. The Kenya Constitution allows for two levels of government: the national government and the county government, headed by governors. And this concept is now bringing power, bringing service to the lowest level, at a county level. Therefore, governors having the best interest of the people within that county and doing everything possible as elected officials to come up with policies and programs that benefit the local county people. Not too long ago, I was one of those skeptics about Governor Mutua. There was a question about, he's a good PR guy, good communicator, he's a communication guy. My background is in communication too. The questions that I had in mind, I think, were valid and are still valid. All these ambulances, the police cars, how are these ambulances going to reach at the very remote part of Machakos to get the sick? And once they got the sick that deserved to be picked up by an ambulance, which hospitals were going to go? Dispensaries. Were there enough places? Taking a county's area. The police cars, how are they going to give service to the remotest part of Machakos? The roads that were being built, sometimes you would hear reports about them crumbling not too long after they've been commissioned, tarmacked. So the critics were plentiful, me included. I remember a friend of mine asking me the question, we were having a discussion and asked the question, do you think Governor Mutua is for real or is he just blowing hot air? And at the time I said, I don't know, I think there's a lot of questions to be raised. But I must confess that my mind is starting to be changed considering what's going on around in other counties. We see governors who reportedly have a budget for 12 million shillings for tea. Other governors that went out and bought Prados for their MCAs. Supposedly these MCAs are supposed to reach their people. Recently, a governor buys a mansion for 140 million. Never mind how much this money would be helpful in establishing primary schools, providing desks, chalk, dispensaries, service to the people. What Governor Mutua is doing, whatever critics are out there, and he may not have everything lined up, but little by little, as the Swahili says, kidogo kidogo hujaza kibaba. Little by little, in the long run, continuing on this trajectory, capacity building is very possible. We saw recently a report about a hospital being commissioned, reportedly a level 5, whatever the level is. We saw trained personnel to provide care to the sick, however many their numbers are. But the point is that there is something being done towards providing service to the people, PR or no PR. I hope some other governors seeing this can start to emulate some of it. And if this is done en masse by all the governors, then service will start reaching people. The roads will be opened up. Trade will be possible. Small traders being able to reach the markets. Schools being built and therefore kids learning. Hospitals being available and therefore health of the county people being better. Therefore, hopefully, more productive. Healthy people, more productive people. So, if democracy is supposed to be power to the people, then the governors of these counties must realize that and use this as putting in place policies that benefit the people, not buying Prados or making tea. That is my perspective. What's yours?